Hi everybody, welcome to your daily tarot reading. This is for Tuesday the 10th of October, and today is an amazing day because Jupiter, the lucky planet, moves into Scorpio. Jupiter only changes sign once every year, so the fact that the planet of good luck and good fortune is moving into the water sign of Scorpio is really important. I've made a separate video on that. Have a look at the video. I'll link it in the description below. And it's really important to see what kind of sign Jupiter is in, because when you align yourself with that energy, you get the most out of the lucky planet. So check out that video. Let's have a look at what the cards have to say about today. Okay, so let's see. So we've got the Three of Vessels, which is joy. Then we have the Blasted Oak in reverse. And the Blasted Oak is the Tower. They've just renamed it. And then we have the Five of Bows, which is the Five of Wands, and that's empowerment. And in England, we actually have these kind of things on certain hills. Near where I live, there's a white horse, and it's been there for thousands of years. It's amazing. It's absolutely wonderful to have that kind of history when you're driving around and see something like that. Okay, so today is this day of Jupiter shifting gears. So it's coming out of the sign of Libra, which is air and which has to do with thinking, and it's moving into a water sign, Scorpio, which is much more about feeling and moving from the head into the heart. So immediately there's an opportunity for you to celebrate this with friends, to come closer with friends, to have much deeper and more profound relationships with other people. And this really signals the beginning of this Jupiter return, not Jupiter return, but Jupiter moving into Scorpio for the next year. And it's something to celebrate because our emotions are going to deepen. Scorpio is wonderful in terms of facing things that are dark and hidden and transforming them and healing those things. Scorpios are amazing kind of light bringers in the sense that they're not afraid of the dark, but they can really transform and heal and work with things that are difficult and make them joyous and wonderful. So that's something we should all celebrate. Reach out to some friends. Have a Jupiter in Scorpio party. I mean, that would be awesome to just be able to kind of throw a party for something that's really positive and just to enjoy yourself. The fact that the Tower is in reverse, when the Tower is upright, or the Blasted Oak is upright, it sends people reeling. The lightning strikes this poor guy, he's being thrown out of the tree, and that was his home. So the foundations of life become unraveled when the Tower is upright. When it's in reverse, it means that the structures that have held you and that have even prevented you are now gone, and it's time to build something new, and it's time to build more joy and more emotional connection and more emotional depth into your life. And this is a real turning point. Libra is a wonderful sign because it connects people. It's got a great sense of justice and injustice. It's beautiful, it's elegant, it looks at creative things. It's very good at being diplomatic and fair. But now we're moving into Scorpio, which doesn't concern itself with whether things are fair or not. It concerns itself with whether something feels powerful, whether something is hidden and secret, which fascinates Scorpio. And it's about really getting to the truth of the matter. And in relationships, it's about having those really strong connections where, you know, like for instance, when Venus, the planet of love, goes into Scorpio, she wants to know that her lover will die for her if need be. It's an intense love. So this is the first day of this change where you're going to build on your feelings, and it starts positively. It arrives, you'll feel a sense of joy, and you'll get ideas and guidance of how you can bring more joy and more intense, passionate, genuine, and truthful, sincere relationships into your life. So listen to your guidance in terms of what comes in, because it's going to really, going to give you, it's like your manual. It's going to give you instructions in how you can build structures in your life that do contain more positivity and joy and connection with others. Finally, we have the Five of Bows, the Five of Rods, and that's empowerment. So you feel empowered by this shift. You feel like this is good news. You feel the internal fire is kind of building up, and it's exciting. And it's giving you new hope for the future, that if you decide to do something, if you try to build something, it is within your power to make something happen. So this is the quintessential day of feeling positive about the world, having a shift in perspective, and then at the same time, not feeling like you're an outsider. You're someone, on the outskirts looking in and wanting to be part of the action. You're empowered in the sense that you're in the middle of all of this, and you feel like you can use this energy to your advantage. So people who have a lot of Scorpio energy in their charts, whether you have a sun in Scorpio or a moon in Scorpio, or your rising sign is in Scorpio, or you have a stellium, which is 3 or 4 or 5 planets sitting together, all sitting in Scorpio, doesn't really matter. As long as you have Scorpio energy in your chart, or a lot of water in your chart, you guys are really going to feel like, oh my God, I've just been given an additional resource. My emotions are now speaking to me again, and they're guiding me in a direction that will bring me to joy, and that will allow me to build a tower, a structure, an institution to make my empire, to build my success, to get to a place of victory. People who don't have a lot of water in their chart, earth signs are going to benefit from this as well, because water and earth kind of work well together. The earth signs have an appreciation for water and the depths and the emotional side of things. Fire and air signs are going to struggle a little bit, because air signs like things to not be overly deep, and they don't want to look too deeply at things. They want to keep things moving and make things beautiful, and keep conversations light, and to not get sucked into something really heavy. And the emotional kind of commitment can sometimes be scary. And fire signs also want to keep learning and be interested in different things. So for air and fire signs, to use this energy is, for Sagittarius and Aries and Leo especially, is to learn about the emotional things in yourself and what really brings you joy in life. And for the air signs, it's a really good time to think about who are your real friends, and what's really better. Is it better to have 200 acquaintances, or is it better to have 3 really good friends who you can rely on? So if you have the patience, any air sign, any fire sign, you can learn a lot about yourself and your relationships during this Jupiter in Scorpio. And if you align yourself with that energy instead of fighting it, you will benefit from the good luck of it. Okay, so regardless of what element you are, regardless of what sign it is, this is empowering for everybody on this day particularly, because the shift will present itself with a gift to you. Something will feel joyous, something will feel positive. The guidance will come through that you can use this positive new energy to build something that you truly care about, and you're empowered and you feel like you can do this. And if you use that energy, you're going to be able to create something that stands the test of time. Like these drawings that we have here in England, they're thousands and thousands of years old. So you can really work on your life mission, on your life purpose. And that's the other great thing about Scorpio. If you're someone who has been doing odd jobs for the last couple of years and you don't really know what your purpose is, and let's say you're a Libra and you've been trying to figure it out, but it just hasn't clicked. You've tried meditation, you've tried seeing a vocational counselor, whatever, it just hasn't worked. Jupiter in Scorpio may not feel as comfortable to you as it would to a Scorpio or a Pisces, but you also are going to feel, oh my God, I can get to the truth of who I am. I can really dive down deeply within myself, and this applies to fire signs as well, and I can once and for all figure out what my vocational aptitudes are and what my life purpose is. And sometimes we do have to dig deep and delve deep, even if it's unpleasant, to really make changes. You know, for instance, if you're having difficulties in your relationship, then at some point in your life, you're going to have to look at the patterns that you've created from your childhood with your parents and how they are manifesting themselves in your relationship today. And you can only do that if you're willing to go deep and to look at what's really going on. And this period, starting today, is a wonderfully lucky time that if you do dive deep, if you do look at the truth, if you do open your eyes and you get genuine in terms of what's happening in your life, you will have more power, more joy, and you'll be able to kind of build your legacy and to step into your true power. So watch that video as well on Jupiter in Scorpio if you're interested in more information about the planet. But this looks like an amazing start to this shift. Number wise, we've got 3 and 16, which is 19. And then we've got 5, which is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. And this is a temporary opportunity. It's a window opening. And we do have an opportunity here for a year because Jupiter stays in Scorpio until November 2018. But time goes quickly. So make sure you see this as a temporary opportunity. You've got a year, and on this day particularly, starting this new year period, you've got an opportunity to learn more about yourself and to get to know the real you, regardless of what sign you are, and to build something that's an extension of the real you and your real personality and your real identity. And yes, a year does seem kind of long, but, you know, we'll blink and that year's over, and then Jupiter will be moving into Sagittarius, which is going to be a whole nother energy. So make sure that if you want to discover yourself and you've been afraid up until now, that you start doing that through a meditation practice or some sort of spiritual practice which allows you to connect with your inner self. And I promise you, your life will be much richer, more empowered, and full of joy. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you seize this opportunity. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me about your life purpose, about what your vocational aptitudes are, or if you want to know what's coming up in your love life, in terms of your career, your finances, your health, then please get in touch via my website for a personal reading. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order the reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.